I want to start this off before actually getting into the game that I am reviewing today with a short PSA. If you are here because you got recommended this video for simply watching or liking or subscribing on one of my Terror Haunts videos or my, I don't even remember, video from a few years back that blew up and is still getting close to 1,000 views every week somehow. This is what I am. I am a review channel, so click off the video, I guess. Anyway, Final Fantasy X. If you're here for Final Fantasy or for me reviewing for some fucked up reason, because no sane person comes here for that, so you're insane. Final Fantasy X. Let's talk about my favorite Final Fantasy game, because that's a weird opinion for some reason. Final Fantasy X is kind of a controversial game. Not in the sense that people don't like it, because it gets a lot of love, but because if you say that it's in your top 5 around a group of fans, or even in your top 3, they'll all just be like, yeah. But if you go around a group of die-hard Final Fantasy fans who've been playing the game since PS1, and hell, even early PS2, I know this is the first Final Fantasy on PS2, and you're like, hey, Final Fantasy X is my favorite Final Fantasy game, they're all gonna look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, Final Fantasy X is a magnificent game. This game was the first Final Fantasy on the PlayStation 2, and that does so much good for it. You play as Tidus, whose name is mispronounced, and I will die on that hill. It should be Tidus. But Tidus. His name kind of sounds like titties. 10 out of 10. The story of this game is kind of beautiful, where you have this party of people after a big, major, catastrophic event. Also, some guy disappeared. That's normal. This is such a just great game. Its combat is strong. I'm not gonna call its combat as good as 7. It's close. But where this stands out is the innovation and the changes, because this is the first Final Fantasy game to have voice acting. They took advantage of this being on the PS2. The PS2, which is still the greatest game console of all time, and is to date the greatest selling console ever made. They made just the environments, the battle system. Like I said, it's not as good as 7. I'll say that, but it's still really well done. Pretty much everything about Final Fantasy X is great, and people need to realize that more. Also, there's a nice look at the disc. Anyway, Final Fantasy X is getting a 10 out of 10. I love this game. I adore this game. Peak gaming. It's so good. It's so fucking good. And people, I understand if somebody's gonna be like, 6 is my favorite, or 7 is my favorite. Totally understandable. But this game needs, people who immediately dismiss it as, it's not 7. You need to give this game a chance, because Final Fantasy X truly is a masterpiece of a game. I am willing to die on this hill that Final Fantasy X is a masterpiece. It's such a just wonderful game, and I know a lot of people will say, oh, yes, plenty of people call 10 a great game, but not a lot of people consider it the best. Anyway, 10 out of 10 game. Good game. Do recommend. I guess.